Oh, there once was a hero named Ragnar the Red, who came riding to Whiterun from old Rorikstead. And the braggart did swagger and brandish his blade, as he told of bold battles and gold he had made. But then he went quiet, did Ragnar the Red, when he met the shield maiden Matilda, who said, "Oh, you talk and you lie and you drink all our mead."
The Stormcloaks believe that Skyrim should secede from what they feel is a corrupt and crumbling empire. This stance came about due to the aftermath of the Great War and the imposition of the White Gold Concordat by the Aldmeri Dominion. The Stormcloaks consider the Empire as just a puppet of the Thalmor because the Empire surrendered during the Great War and accepted the Dominion's terms of surrender. The terms ban the worship of Talos, which most Nords do not support. Many are outraged at this Talos ban and point to the Markarth incident as an example of the Empire publicly supporting the Dominion's oppressive influence over Skyrim. The Imperial Legion believes that as a province of the Empire, Skyrim must abide by its laws and custom. Though most do not approve of the White Gold Concordat, they nevertheless allow Thalmor Justicars to enforce the ban in order to preserve the peace between the Empire and the Aldmeri Dominion. If any legionnaires are believers of Talos, such as Legate Ricker, who is implied to be a believer, they keep their religion to themselves and pray to Talos discreetly and out of earshot. Today's game of Elder Scrolls Call to Arms will be a battle mode game, and we will be playing with the Imperials, played by Stephen, and I will be playing with the Stormcloaks, the true sons and daughters of Skyrim. In today's game, we will be playing Battle Mode Scenario 2, This Land is Ours. We'll be playing a 200 Septim game. Round limit is 6 rounds, and the environment can be any, though we'll be playing in the wilderness today. Now, set up on the battlefield as described in the pre-game sequence, and then you divide the table into 4 quarters, as shown on the map over here, 2 being the player home quarters and 2 being the treasure quarters. Effectively, the aim of this game is to try and control the different quarters in the game. You will get a victory point for controlling one of the treasure quarters by having more models of yours than your opponents, or if you have more models of yours than your opponents in their own home quarter. So in your opponent's home quarter, you'll get 3 VP at the end of the game. Some adversaries will begin in play, but not all of them, and we'll use obviously the adversaries and the treasure special rules for this scenario. Alright, and so here we have 200 Septims of the Stormcloaks. So leading us, we have Yisrael the Thrice-Pierced Stormcloak Commander. He has his Stormcloak Officer armor, and he's also got a steel greatsword there as well. Joining him, we have Ralof, Warrior of the Resistance. Ralof has an Imperial Bow, Stormcloak Curious, and in his quick slots, we've got the Iron War Axe. Well then, joining them have the hireling, that is Vostag, the Freelance Adventurer. Skyrim belongs to the Nords, so he's decided to join the Nords force. We have an Iron Sword, Wooden Shield, and Hide Armor. He's at level 1. And then we have 2 Stormcloak Soldiers. And here we have 200 Septims of the Imperial. So leading them, we have Hadvar, Hero of Helgen. Hadvar has a Dwarven War Axe, Dwarven Shield, and Imperial Armor. We then have Arena Elena, the Priestess of Azura, joining the Imperials. She has the spell Reanimate Corpse, along with Elven Sword and the Necromancer's Robes. For the Imperials using Necromancy. And then we have 2 Imperial Soldiers joining them. And so then we pick our oaths for the game. Now for the Stormcloaks, we've gone with Stronghold. At the end of the game, the adversaries will be in our home quarter, and the Imperials have gone with Excavate, which is they will search the treasure token. They will place closest near to the center of the board. Deployment-wise, on the map, we've got Ralof and Vostag down there for the Stormcloaks. We then have Yisrael leading the Stormcloak Soldiers. For the Imperials, we have one of the soldiers with Aranea, and then we have Hadvar and the other soldier at the back there. We then have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 of the treasure with all the Draugr there. We rolled up 5 to be active at the start of this game with the Draugr Overlord and one of the Draugr with great swords remaining in the adversary pool at the start of the game. And so we have the quest for the Stormcloaks, Love Beyond Death. We place a sarcophagus or other spare token within 3 inches of your deployment edge. If the enemy searches the sarcophagus, they gain 1 victory point and the quest is failed. If the enemy does not search the sarcophagus before the game ends, the quest is complete. So I've got to stop you trying to search this. Alright, and so for the Imperials, they have Snuff Out the Sect. This is pretty simple. You have to remove more than half the enemy party as casualties. Today's video is brought to you by Gap Games, a fantastic retailer in Australia for a variety of different miniature war games. If you'd like to help support the channel, we have an affiliate link where by clicking on and purchasing, you'll help support the channel, but you'll also help support Gap Games, which is a fantastic servant to the community. Alrighty, so your first activation is to move the Imperial soldier up. You're then going to put a block up on him, which will activate that skeleton nearby, so we'll see what he does. Cross swords means it will just straight up attack you. And so skeleton will be able to aim from there. So let's see what he gets. Crit, but lucky skeletons can't crit, so it is just 2 points of damage. So defense roll for the Imperial soldier. Yeah, you don't care at all. And so your roll will move up, spending a point of stamina there to move up. We're then going to go with an attack with our steel greatswords, so green and red. That'll be 6 minus 2, which will be 4 for 2 points of damage. Will hit. Draugr just has a yellow defense dice and rolls nothing and is taken out. So Hadvar then moves up 9, spending a point of stamina to do so. Then just throws up a block. Then just spending a point of stamina on the Stormcloaks soldier here, who'll move up behind your Strode. Alright, Arno moves up, spending a point of stamina to move. She's then going to attack the skeleton archer there. Alright, she's making an attack. She only hits on 2s though, so let's see, can she do it? No, that'll be a 4, so that will not hit. We'll roll to see what the skeleton does back to her. That will be just a move. So the skeleton will punch her back for green-yellow, and the skeleton will actually hit for a point of damage. So she does have major armor, so she gets to roll a red, and she stops the point of damage coming into her. So Ralof will move up. We're then going to aim and shoot at the Draugr across there. So that'll crit. So that'll be 5 points of damage. Even with 2 yellow dice in defense, thanks to the barricade, you can't save that. We'll see what we've got. He stops 3, but takes 2. So the Imperial soldier then spends a point of stamina to move in, but he is now outnumbering, so you're going to get that extra green dice in the attack roll. So see if you can hit. That will hit for 2 points of damage. So skeleton saves 2, stays alive. We'll then just move Vostag 9 for the Stormcloaks. And the Imperials are all done, so we'll just move the last Stormcloak soldier coming in there to link up with Ralof. And that'll be the end of round 1. So the event this will affect, which will... So you choose one friendly model that isn't staggered or incapacitated. That model may immediately move up to 6 inch, ignoring terrain and other models. It may not end in contact with an enemy or on impassable terrain, however. And so you've just picked Hadvar there to make the 6 inch move. And so the adversaries, you actually rolled up the Draugr Overlord, who is going to come in there, and then a Draugr will come in up there. Then it'll be the last activation for one of the fighters that was on the table. So this skeleton here will activate. And just do a move and an attack. And so we've done this a little bit out of order. Ralof actually would be the closest. Hadvar wouldn't have moved yet in the proper order we should have done it. So it will attack Ralof. So rolling to attack. 6 minus 4, that'll hit for 2 points of damage. So it's 2 with a point of piercing, but I do get an additional yellow dice on my test thanks to the barricade. So just say 1, but that'll be ignored by piercing. So Ralof does take 2 wounds from that. So Stormcloak soldier is going to aim after moving into that Draugr there to begin the turn. And that is a critical failure. And so the Draugr will attack back, going a power attack back. 6 minus 3 will hit for 3 points of damage. So I do need to stop 2 points here, and I stopped nothing, and that will be the Stormcloak down. Alright, Arane is going to start by going Reanimate Corpse with her. She just needs to roll a white dice. Thanks to a Necromancer robe, you get a -2 to the test, so that'll be a 6 to a 4. That will succeed. Literally, just because your Necromancer robe's there, that succeeds. And so, you've placed the zombie corpse, the reanimated corpse there. So, next up, you will then make an attack with her against the skeleton. So, see what you can do with your sword. Your extra green in there, that'll still not hit because you are a 2. However, because you've got the Imperial Sword, as long as you roll a 1 here, you will hit. You got a 1, and that'll also be piercing 2, which means 4 points of damage with piercing 2. There's nothing that skeleton can do to stop that. So Ralof is then going to hide, and then we're going to shoot the zombie, because I don't like zombies. So Ralof is now then going to aim after that into the zombie. Will crit it. Yeah. That is going to be piercing 1 and 3, 4, 5 points of damage. And he's gone. I didn't gain a septum for that. Finally, if you watched our last game with Stephen trying to use Aranea, he didn't cast a single spell with her all game. Now he's finally got it off. I've just shot it off the table straight away. So, your Imperial Soldier comes over. He's going to search it. He needs a crit. It's the only way you can get it. That is a critical failure, so you will heal a point of stamina if you have any spent on him. However, that is a trap. So, explosive gas trap. This is an area effect, so it's going to hit her as well. And so it's going to go 2 yellow damage to everyone in the vicinity, which will be that. And because I rolled the helmet, that's another yellow. So 2 points of damage. So this is for the soldier, just get a base yellow armor. You ignore nothing, so he takes 2 wounds. He's got 1 left, I believe. No, he's taken 2, so that soldier has blown himself up. And then a red dice for defense on Aranea. She saves both. Vostag then moves away from the Draugr Overlord and throws up a block. So Hadvar is then going to aim attack after that into the skeleton. So that will hit on a 1. And 3 points of damage. I can't save that on a skeleton. Then move your Shroud. He is outside of 6 of that Draugr, but it's already activated anyway. But the treasure chest there is 2 and 2, so I need a 3 or less to break it. That is a 4. Oh, so close. So Imperial Soldier jumps the fence, attacking the Skeleton Archer. That'll be a crit, so an extra black dice in there, which means you'll do over 3 points of damage. Skeleton is gone. And so that is the end of the turn. So I do gain an additional septum for controlling this treasure quarter, though that one is tied up, as I do have 3 models there, with both the Stormcloaks Soldier, Ralof, and Vostag over there. Right, so the only activation for adversaries is that Draugr Overlord. Let's see what he does. That will be for Path of Might and Attack, so he'll move towards the nearest visible enemy. So Draugr Overlord will move up. He's actually going to attack the Stormcloaks Soldier because he can't actually see Ralof over the other side of the fence. So it's just green, red because he did spend his move, which will hit for 3 points of damage. So I am 2 yellow on the defense. I need to stop at least something. I stop 2, take 1. And so after that, we got the event this time for the Stormcloaks. Choose one of your own standing models. That model must pass a Wisdom attribute test or gain a Shaken token. We'll go to the Stormcloak Soldier, seeing as he did just get shouted at. So we'll need a Wisdom test. That will not pass, so he will be shaken. Right, and so I've deployed a skeleton down there and a skeleton driver for the adversaries as well. So it'll now be the turn for the Imperials, start of turn 3. So Hadvar searches. He will need to roll to begin with. Is this one trapped as well? So go, let's see. Is it trapped? I literally told you to roll anything but that. So it is trapped, unfortunately. And this one is a poison gas trap. It's another area effect, literally the same. So 2 yellow damage, just 1 point. You can make your test on Hadvar. So black, you just need to ignore something. You do, don't take any damage from it. And you will also gain your treasure token, or your treasure, which is a potion of plentiful stamina. Alright, so Hadvar then moves there, so I'm going to go next. We're going to go with the Stormcloak. Actually, no, we're going to go with Ralof. So Ralof is going to shoot the Draugr Overlord after going pop-up and saying, surprise! That'll hit for 4 points of damage and the Oblivion. So 2 yellow to defense. That is 3. He takes 1. And so Ralof spent another point of stamina to leg it. And so the Draugr actually won't activate because Ralof didn't end his activation within 6 inches of you. So your activation. Aranea is going to try to reanimate a corpse again. She does not this time. And so after that, she decides to run away. Stormcloak Soldier, then move in. We're going to spend 2 points of stamina then to attack Hadvar. That'll hit on a 1, be 1. And so Hadvar is black, just 1 point of damage to save. Saves them both. So Imperial Soldier moves over. You've then got to try and break it open, so you need as low as possible. And you do get it with the crit. So that means not only does he open it, but he gains 2 treasure cards. Now, he can't use anything, but you do gain an Ancient Nord Battle Axe and Ancient Nord Bow there for the trouble. Alright, Yisrael then moves across. We're going to attack here, so let's see, can we hit? And we critical fail, unfortunately. Vostag then into Aranea, so we will go. He will critical fail, but we will haul a point of stamina, so not a good round of combat for me. Alrighty, so adversary actions. We've got the Draga over here that is activating with the Oblivion symbol. That'll be an attack, so he'll move towards the closest enemy. The next Draga there is the next one to activate and has a helmet. So he will go for objective, so he'll actually move towards the closest, treasure token. So yeah, linking up with his Draga buddy there. And then we've got the skeleton over here was the last one we rolled to activate. That will be just an attack, so he'll move and attack the nearest eligible target. So trying to attack Vostag with 2 green, 2 yellow. That'll miss. Oh, will it? No, that won't miss. I saw a 9 and assumed it would, but no, that drops it down to a 3, so it will hit for 3 points and a point of piercing damage. So yellow for my defense, 2 ignores 1, so I take 1 and take 2 points of damage. So we then draw the event for round 3, Distant Howl. Each player chooses one of their heroes and takes a wisdom attribute test. If the test is failed, all models in that party modify the morale checks by +1 to start the next event phase. Alright, I got wisdom 5 on your Shroud, and I critical fail. Well, I'm on a really bad roll. So good thing you don't have any like fear-inducing things. Your turn though, Hadvar on a 4. You get the exact opposite. And so Ralof goes in. Because he's got the Ranger, I can actually freely drop my bow out for a one-handed weapon, so I will. And I'll now get a power attack, getting the green from outnumbering. I will hit for 3 points of damage. And so Hadvar's defense, 2, so you will take a wound on him. Alright, so Aranea into Vostag. That'll hit for 2 points plus a helmet. And so we've got to see what we do. We block 1, so there'll be 2 wounds on Vostag. And so that will be enough to drop Vostag. So now we've got to make an attribute test. We crit. We actually get back up on a wound. And then she's going to choose to try and do a bit of magic. Summon up a undead. That will. Then going to go with the Stormcloaks Soldier into Hadvar here. That will hit for 3 on him. So go for it. See what he gets. Block 2. He takes another wound. Alright, so Soldier over here is power attacking into your Shroud. That'll be a 3, that'll hit for 4 points of damage. So your Shroud has red, that'll be 1, and the Oblivion symbol, which allows me to roll yellow, so that'll be 2. So 2 Draugr here are going to be in range, so we'll go the first one. That is just going to straight out be a move. So he will move towards the nearest objective. Nope, they're path of might, so he'll move towards your Shroud. So he's attacking your Shroud in the back. That'll be 4 points damage. This is not looking good for me. Shroud.
I rolled.
Thankfully, that's an 8. Totally didn't see that. Just saw the damage. So that is a miss. We'll then roll to see what the other Draugr will do. Cross swords will be a move. And so he just moves towards the objective there. So it is now my turn. We're going to go into the Imperial Soldier, which will be red-green. That'll hit for 2 points of damage on him. So going for a block test. You get anything? You won't succeed. Won't succeed. Just fails. So go. Takes nothing. So the zombie is going to aim. Well, the reanimated corpse is going to aim into this. Will do nothing. Will hit me, but will do absolutely nothing. I'm going to go for a power attack, so we now need 4s to hit. That will not, unfortunately. Totally realised that within range of that zombie is the skeleton there, so it will activate.
That will be just a attack, so it will attack the zombie. So attacking its own kind will hit for a point of damage. So just a plain yellow back. You save a point of damage. Alright, so we've had all the adversaries activate that will. We've had 3 with the 2 Droga and the skeleton down there. So, event time, emanating evil. Until the end of the next round, all adversaries in play gain +1 strength, +1 endurance, but award a bonus VP when removed from play. And then 2 more come into play, and that will be that. Today's battle report is also brought to you by Mithras Games, fantastic tabletop wargaming mats out of New Zealand. Now, Mithras Games has a variety of different mats. We've got the fantastic Desert Red, the nice Tundra Green, and the frosty Ice Blue here as well. All of these mats are a really nice high quality, generally very similar to how you would get your mouse pads for your mats, but fantastic high quality mats. We love them. Mithras Games are a fantastic supporter of the channel. You can pop on over to their website, especially if you're local to Australia or New Zealand. They're a fantastic company to help support. Alright, so top of 5, Hadvar here going to activate into Rayloth. So Hadvar is aiming first, Rayloth, so go for it. That will be a hit for a single point of damage with bleed though, I believe. Oh, and you add yellow damage as well. So nothing, so just bleed. So I've just got a yellow dice. Yes, I will take the wound, which will put me to 3. I don't have bleed, which is not good. And then after that, throwing up a block. So I'm going to go with Yisrael next. We are going to, once again, get greedy with him and go for a power attack into Aranea. We will not hit with that, so he will then throw up a block. So the Imperial Soldier is then power attacking into Yisrael. Critical fail. However, the Droga will attack there as well, and you're throwing up a block on your guy, I'm assuming, as well. Yep. So this will just be a flat-out attack, so it's going to go green, black. So the Droga actually attacks Yisrael, and it'll crit with black. So roll an extra black dice in there. Oh dear. So I've got my block test, which I fail. So I have red. 1, cross swords does allow me to roll another yellow. So 2, yeah, so Yisrael is going down. So we will now take the endurance test. On a 2, I actually will pass that even with the -2 for taking super damage. So Rayloth will power attack. Will hit for 2. Hadvar's going to attempt to block then. Which he does. So Hadvar's block. Doesn't care. So the zombie over there is power attacking into Yisrael. So that will be a 5, that won't hit. Stormcloaks Soldier into Hadvar. We need a crit here. We get a hit. Helmet will allow us to also add another green, which doesn't matter, so just a point of damage. So your black dice. Yeah, Hadvar don't care. Aranea is then going to power attack. She will critical fail. Alright, and so she will disengage there. So that'll be the end of the round. We actually should have activated these 2 over here. And so activations from your zombie we should have done over there. We'll roll to see what the skeleton archer does. That is just a move, so it'll move to in range and then attack. So it'll go for an attack now into your zombie, which will hit for 2 plus piercing, so 3 points of damage, which means your zombie can't stop it. Unfortunately means that it would have gone into Vostag, because even if Aranea was still there, he would have been closer anyway to it. So it's going to attack Vostag. So this is against Vostag. Critical fail, thankfully. And so that is enough adversaries to activate, so straight into the event for turn 5. Fresh orders. Courier has arrived on the battlefield. An urgent message from your patron. Draw a quest card, even if it means you have more than one in play at once. So your new quest is Hail Sithis. Place a spare civilian token in the enemy deployment zone. At the end of each round, the opposing player must use the rules for moving civilians. Your opponent can't attack this, but you must attack this model to complete the quest. So there is the token. So one more adversary comes in play. There aren't any to bring into play, actually. They're all in play. So first activation for me, we're going to go and we are going to try and remove Hadvar from play. So power attacking into him. That'll hit for 4 points of damage. So see what he blocks. Blocks 1 plus a yellow. Blocks 2, takes 2. That'll bring him down. So endurance test for Hadvar. Critical success, so he gets back up with a single wound. Alright, so you are left with a choice here. Hadvar can attack Ralof and potentially stop himself from dying, or you could kill your Shroud, and you've chosen to attack with Hadvar into Ralof. So, go for it. Critical fail, that was not the right choice.
So isn't it?
Yeah, I can test for your Shroud to get up. He does not, he fails and dies. You just move over there with your Imperial Soldier. So, we're going to go with... we're going to go with Vostag attacking. Vostag will attack. We're going to aim on that Draugr. And we crit it. That Draugr is gone. Can't do anything to stop that. So we then go with your last fighter, which is Aranea. Mm-hmm. She can't leave your home territory, or you do give me 3 victory points. She's going to summon a dead thing, which she does. And so she then just moves down into this table quarter. So I'm then going to go with Ralof. He's going to make a power attack into Hadvar, which will not hit. So then we're going to make a tactical withdrawal. So that'll be the end of all our activations. So now we're just going to see adversaries at the end of the game. So Ralof has activated the Draugr here. So we'll roll to see what the Draugr does. I believe in the symbol will be it will move. So it's already on the objective. It won't do anything else. So the activations will be the Draugr Overlord here, whose closest is actually Aranea, so that is an attack. And so Draugr Overlord into Aranea will miss. She is the closest to the other skeleton over here that's activating as well. Cross swords will be a move, so it is just going to shoot her from where it is. So this is the damage it's going to roll. That'll hit for 3 plus piercing. So red for your mage armor. 2, you take 2 points of damage on her. She's fine, she's alive.
1 point left.
That'll be the end of the game. So, you will gain a point for having her in that table quarter at the end of the round. And so the game will end with a 5-7 victory in favour of the Stormcloaks in this one. What a tight game. Quite a few models left on the table. Aranea picking up a point. I think it was the killing of the zombies really that allowed me to get the extra points. But there were definitely some high and low. We both had characters come back from the dead. In both Vostag and Hadvar coming back. I had so many characters on carrying loads of wounds. I mean, technically even he came back from the dead as well, just not on my side.
And so that is the end of the video. Thank you all for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to come chat more with me, we have a Discord server for the channel, and that is linked down in the video's description. Also linked down in the video's description are the best ways to help support the channel. This is either via Patreon or YouTube members using one of our affiliate links and codes down there like Baron of Dice, Gap Games or Mithras Games, or by supporting us directly on Patreon or YouTube members. If you'd like to do any of those, we have links for that all in the description. And as a special thank you to our Patrons and YouTube members, we'd like to give them all a shout out. So thank you to our Patreons, Soren, Kenny Lowell, Outer and Shot First, Andrew Bowen, Q Dynamic, JJ Austrian, Average Wargamer, Domir, Mark Harvey, James Cater, Benjamin Swallows, Red Martin, Iron Grinch, Colorblind Magic, Grimscold, and Andy C. And our YouTube members, Greenridge Gaming, Ronya, Lock Lorick, The Johnny84, Broken Chef, Ariana Edwards, Revenar, Pink Nico Fire, Robin Mankiller, Monty's Tabletop Terrain, James Tillman, Disco, and John Castle. Lastly, a special thanks to Lady Witchfox Art, who does all the amazing artwork you see on the channel. Once again, everyone, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment down below. Stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the Grey. Ciao for now.